Hey, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Griefdrums, and in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at a couple of recent rounds that I played, and then we're going to break them down and figure out why I did what I did, so that hopefully you can take that information away and apply it to your own games. Do you have to really? Come on. Like, this is take number 400, and now my laptop starts beeping at me. But fingers crossed, you can take the information away, and you can hopefully apply it to your games, and facilitate you in getting more wins. So the format for today's video is we're going to watch a round through, and then we're going to come back and we're going to take a look at what happened and why it happened.
It's always clear. Right,
Same frost mats, same shield. And a Legion. They've got a Legion Frost Warden.
Is the frost man's dead?
Nice.
Or a frost man dead? You'll have to check if there's another one I can't see.
ADS are gone.
Is that shield still in that corner?
Should be gone.
Yep, it's gone.
He's laying down, same spot.
He's dead.
Nice.
There's a frost mat on the other window where Amaro came in at. West side window.
That's
Oh, I've just deleted someone's gadget, I think.
Now I'm all out.
Shield's gone. Frost mat's gone. We haven't got the Amaro though, have we?
No.
Oh,
The
Kitchen
diffuser
window.
is no longer in your possession.
I'm droning.
The diffuser has been recovered.
We have any smokes? Of course we don't have smokes either. Okay, nah. But trophy is clear.
Okay, if we don't have any smokes, I'm gonna go office.
I'm injured. In sight. The diffuser is in sight.
Still kitchen window. How have I been spotted? Default. No. Gotta be a Valk cam.
One in kitchen. Legion's in kitchen.
Right, get ready to go window. Are you ready?
Yep.
Go now.
Legion dead. I'm waiting to plant.
Lot and dining. No one's covering Vinny. We need you to cover. No man, we need you to come around. He's in sight. Go around.
He's coming. He is coming.
Go to trophy window.
Okay,
You stick the plan?
I'm planning.
Go for it.
Go kitchen window.
I've got I've got the hallway, I haven't got rotate.
Diffuser is online and active.
I have rotate.
There's no man's on kitchen window.
He's a long haul. Across his long haul.
He's coming
Come to your door,
rotate.
Vinny. Knock on your door.
Nice. Good
Op
shit, boys.
4 eliminated.
Nice cross.
Yeah, very, very nicely done. So as we saw, as the round was playing out, we were trying to attack the trophy room on Chalet, and we can see there's a shield just inside of here. There's a warden playing just behind it. We know they've brought a frost. She actually already caught us out on the round previous where someone had droned the site and didn't tell us that there was a frost mat just inside of that window, and I ended up dying to it. So I used my drone this time, so I knew exactly what was going on in that site. And the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set about destroying all of this stuff. So Ash has taken out the frost mat from below. Vinny has burnt the ADS as thermite. And then I go ahead and take out the shield. So Warden can no longer sit there anymore. That forces him out into sort of a line of sight, which he probably shouldn't have peeked. But it gives us the opportunity to take him out. From there, I go and use a lot of my utility to try and clear out as much of trophy as I can. There was another frost mat on the far side. I completely missed that. Ended up just shooting it. And we're just trying to clear out as much of this room as we possibly can. Now, the logic behind this is this here. If we go over to this graphic, if you've been in my streams before, certainly when we're playing Chalet, you will know that I bang on about this all the time. All we need to do is clear trophy. As soon as we've got trophy cleared out, it is very, very difficult for defenders to get back into here, to get that site control, which is why the rotate is normally made on the kitchen wall just here to facilitate that long angle, that long line of sight, to pretty much stop you from coming in through the window. Chalet is one of those maps where, because it's not been in Pro League for a really long period of time, the meta has kind of stalled out on it. Without being able to see Pro League setups and how the pros are doing it, a lot of ranked players don't really know the best setups, and they haven't really moved forward in how the game can be played with newer ops added to the equation. Yes, we sometimes see an Amaru sort of yeet up through the trophy window, but that's about it. Kitchen trophy can actually be really, really difficult to defend if it is attacked correctly. Now, most people will go upstairs and they will try and get the kitchen hatch and try and facilitate that. But let's face facts. How many people are going to be playing inside of kitchen? Really? Not very many. Certainly not if you've got people applying pressure on the window of the kitchen itself. So with that in mind, all we're trying to do as an attacking team is facilitate the removal of anyone that is in trophy. If we can get them out of here, there is no vertical play. Certainly not if we take the garage below, which is going to help us in clearing them out. Now, we've managed to do pretty much all of this during the round, and the one big issue that we're facing at the moment is the fact that we're not going to be able to just jump in through the window without dying because someone is holding that long angle I discussed earlier from the dining room. Without any smoke grenades, we have two options really. One, we kind of just barrel in there as a team and hope that she misses all of her shots or runs out of ammo, which, as daft as it sounds, can actually be a way to get in, and it's not the best, it's far from it, but it is a way to get control of that site. What I do is I decide to rotate up above where the dining table is going to be and open up that section of the roof. Now, the only reason I've done this is not to get a kill. You'll notice I actually jump out of the room before I go ahead and set this off. And the reason for that is twofold. One, I don't want to get nitroed from below, just in case they manage to hear the breaching charge go down, because sometimes these can be pretty loud, certainly if there's a hole already been made in the floor that I don't know about. The other reason is because I haven't droned any of the top floor. I have no information here at all, and I've gone in blind, so it was a bit of a risky play just jumping straight in here, placing the breaching charge down, but it was kind of one of those situations where needs must. With some really good team comms, I've made it clear to Vinny that he's going to go in through the window and he's got to get ready to go. And as soon as I set off that breaching charge, I've told him to go. And by doing that, he's gone in as this distraction has come out and the roof has blown up above that person's head. They've looked up to see what's going on or moved away as quickly as possible, which has facilitated him getting into the trophy. From there, we've been able to mess around a little bit, set up some pretty good crossfires through some good comms. I've explained to him that I don't have the rotate, I haven't made it into trophy, and instead I'm going to hold from the window. This pretty much just lets Vinny know that he's going to have to get into a position to actually cover the rotate and stop anyone coming through there, and we end up winning the round, you know, quite comfortably. So despite lots going on in this round, the biggest thing I want to take away from it is the fact that you can use breaching charges and things not only as a distraction, but also to force people out of cover. Now, this doesn't just have to be breaching charges. It could be things like grenades. It could be, you know, something as simple as just shooting a general area. If I'd have gone in there and just pre-fired through the floor, Frost or whoever was playing there probably would have looked up, and that would have given Vinny the very small opportunity he needed to go in through the window, as long as he knew that that was coming. If you're duo queuing, you can work together in this way, even if you're on opposite sides of the map. As you can see, I was nowhere near Vinny when this occurred, but it really did facilitate his entry into trophy and the subsequent round win. Give it a go. Don't just keep banging your head against the brick wall if you're trying to go in through the window. Think of what you can do to facilitate that. Instead of just all jumping in, you know, every single time, even though you know that your teammates are dying, if there's something else you can do and you can think outside of the box to help that, try it. Give it a go. See how you get on. Now, the next round I wanted to take a look at and have a quick discussion about is going to be this one that's been playing in the background. Now, we're not going to break the whole round down, but rather one specific point. Now, very often we'll hear the word refrag and trading kills and things like that, and I kind of wanted to just break down the importance and how strong this can be if you do it correctly. So we're over here on Clubhouse, and as I say, I'm not going to break the whole round down. We've got map control, we've done some good teamwork, droning each other in, and, you know, attempting to exert as much control over the map as we possibly can. But in the dying few minutes of the game, or the dying few seconds of the game, should I say, this happened. You've still got no blue, Cam?
Nope.
Okay, well, who's got a drone left alive that can use it?
Legion is in,
I'm going to get church wall if I can.
I got Valkyrie.
Behind the table, behind the table.
Wolf,
Legion.
push main. Wolf, push main.
I'm going down main, yep.
You go, I'll refrag.
Bomb. Two in there.
Nice, well played.
Op 4 eliminated.
Told you, you go, I'll refrag.
Successful.
Now, with literally no time left on the clock at all, we were in a real bind where we had to aggressively push into church and try and exert control over it, and we literally had no other option. Our map clear had been too slow and we hadn't done a great job of identifying exactly where the players were. It was a bit of a dud round. We were having a bad night, if I'm completely honest with you. But at this point here, I've been trying to get the wall open, realised it's still electrified and there's nothing I could do at this point. And then I come around the corner and notice that Red is here reloading. He's just been in engagement and he's having to reload. At this point, he's extremely vulnerable, and if he's just been shooting at someone, they are now going to be probably aggressively trying to push him, seeing as they want to get the pick. Because of this, I crouch down, I move forward, and I attempt to start shooting at anyone that comes around the corner to get him, just as the pulse appears, and you'll notice that I actually started pre-firing before that pulse even appeared, just to cover Red. As the pulse comes into view, he does sort of catch me out. I expected him to be further away, and then I start reloading and say to Red, "You go, I'll refrag." Now at this point, basically what I'm saying to Red is that I'm going to follow you into the room the second you go in. I'm going to be right behind you, but I need all the intel you can get, and I'm going to need you to push wide. So what that means is he's going to go into the room. He's going to push as far into the room as he can to draw their bullets while trying to kill them. That is basically what I'm trying to communicate to him. By him doing that, the defenders that are sat in there looking at him are then going to trace him across the room as he starts moving across, and then I am going to appear from the doorway where they're not looking and try and kill them. Fortunately for us, Red knew exactly what I was talking about and did exactly that. He pushed into the room, started shooting, and as he pushed in, he went as far as he could. He got taken out here by Pulse, and just as he does, he relays the information to me, allowing me to go in. Luckily, the two of them had lined up due to poor positioning, and we win the entire round and subsequently the entire game. Now, I'm extremely fortunate, and I was the first to admit that I have some very good teammates around me that I get to play online with very frequently, and subsequently the communication between us has improved over seasons. You know, we understand what each other are talking about and what we're trying to achieve with certain callouts. But even if you are the kind of person that predominantly solo queues, you can always add this kind of, you know, gameplay style into your repertoire, and, you know, keeping an eye on people around you as and when they push into a room, you know, having that ability to follow them in straight away, knowing that that's what's going to occur, that can be extremely handy and good to just sort of keep in your back pocket. I'm afraid that is going to be it for today. Hopefully some of the pieces of advice that I've shared here are going to give you some food for thought. It's going to give you something to go away and potentially try and implement into future games. If you did enjoy the video, please consider hitting that thumbs up. If you don't already, make sure to subscribe for all things Rainbow Six. And until next time, ladies and gentlemen, stay reckless and relentless.